Some of us, good friends, have had the right intentions and it has backfired. How many times has your good intentions backfired on you when you have specifically gone to your girl best friend, guy best friend saying, hey, your guy is hitting on me, directly or indirectly? Or you've gone to your guy best friend saying your chick is all on my dick. But many a times we end up covering for this man who is dating our BFF, our close friend, our girl, or just a woman that we know of. And I'm talking to women and men who are righteous when everything backfires on us because of our righteousness, because we cover for this trifling woman's man, and vice versa. Men like you who cover for this bitch of a woman because you care for your bro, soon enough, it all flips on you. And how does it backfire on you and I? Some of us can relate. The big friend of you as a woman, the big friend that you have as a man, is actually going around and telling the whole world, this girl tried to sleep with my man. This dude tried to sleep with my chick. And we are in a place today where our name has been tainted, where I don't know how many years of narratives are still going around where people are calling us home wreckers because we covered a trifling man, a trifling woman's ass, and their partner's asses. And today, we are in a place, at least if you're anything like me, you've cut snakes off. But we are still victims of being called home wreckers. So there is this predicament. Should you go and tell your friend, hey, your man is fucking around, your woman is fucking around, with me or with somebody else that we are seeing from the naked eye? Or should we just shut the fuck up and sit back because it's anyway going to backfire on us? Because some of us are not blessed with good friends. Never have been. And all the time we had good intentions for these snakes, they have turned around and dissed us by telling the whole world, oh, she was on my man's dick. Oh, he was on my woman, whatever it may be, your version. You get the point. And we just are dumbfounded at that point because everybody's looking at us from a lens of where we are trifling and with no values. And God forbid, if you were in a phase like we all have where you were not looking at seriously dating, so you were messing around too. And some of us have the maturity to take accountability of we did what we did, at least we lived the age that we were. So we don't have any FOMO in our age that we are in. Those who get it, they get it anyways. So if this bitch and if this dude were a part of that phase in your life, it becomes very easy for them to switch the narrative because they'll be like, you know how she was, you know how he was, but they don't know where the fuck you are today because you've cut them off. And many times these people start switching the narrative on you when, at least in my case, I started speaking up because I couldn't handle these fucking rumors about me. Because first of all, looking at her man, and there were multiple women like her who were insecure about me around their men, I would not date that type. That is not my fucking type. And I'm not talking about only physically. That is not the value system I go for. That is not the type of men that have grown me. That is not my father, and that is not the household I come from, because as they say, growing up, a lot of your childhood impacts as you grow up. And I agree to at some point, but I feel we are individuals and we can always switch if we didn't like how you were grown. And that takes a lot of self-introspection. But one thing that I know about men and women is I was taught you don't shit where you eat, you don't look at somebody else's household ever. So what's yours is yours. And what you like is you like. So just because I hang with you does not mean I have the same value system as you. I have the same level as you. And I have the same goals as you. And if you're in a place where you are also like that, it's men and women who think they can speak on our character just because we went and let them know or did not let them know about the trifling things their own man, their own woman have said to us as their partner's friend. I have been a part of a twosome fucking platonically. They have run my name through the mud, and this is the man included because he was a in the relationship anyways, and she was a masculine fucking woman with a masculine fucking energy, and she had the audacity, and he has the audacity to say that I was sleeping with her man, and I have slept with a trail of men in that group when I haven't a single ass dude, because I don't shit where I eat. So even if I was in a phase that I wasn't dating seriously, I exactly knew who the fuck I don't want to share a bed with even for a night. So I kept my shit outside, even if I flirted here and there. So who the fuck are these people? And if you have been victim of false narratives and rumors like this when you had only the right intentions for this friend of yours when you were her friend, for this friend of yours when you were his friend, you went and told him, or you didn't tell them because you wanted to save their relationship, not because you wanted to play the third fiddle. What the fuck? And at the end of the day, that's the problem when you have friends and these friends have a lot of friends and you are guilty by fucking association. So if you are just going at parties and bumping into these friends, they are not your motherfucking friends. They are acquaintances. They are party acquaintances, but they want to run their mouths on you because you're attached to this hoe of a man or a woman who's insecure about you, because come hail or storm, they want to be in a relationship for the world to see. So even if their man is gay, even if their woman is gay or bisexual, they'll still stick with each other acting straight. Just an example, and hey, I'm okay with whatever people do in their fucking life. Keep my shit out of your business and keep me out of your dirty business. But men and women like you and I with right morals, and irrespective of who you get involved with, we don't let anyone come between our morals, our God, and ourselves. And that's what these bitches understand. So many times these have called me fake spiritualist because I believe in karma and I'm a spiritualist. So that's God, and God will show them who's fake and who's fucking real. But at the end of the day, I get really upset because I've always been a victim of my right intentions. And if you have been victim of your right intentions, because I'm sure you guys have your own story, how that was woven around you, making you the center of the fucking thunderstorm, when in reality, you were nowhere even close to it. You actually went and told this friend of yours, man or woman, the truth about the man or the woman they're with. Or you saved their asses and they want to flip it on you instead of being grateful to you for not running your mouth on that trifling man or woman, because you said, you know what, been there, done that, been victims of it. So at some point, if you're anything like me, you stop speaking up. You stop telling that friend of yours, hey, this is what your man is doing, because you feel like your girl, then as a friend, or man, your bro, are grown enough. They can see what they see with their own eyes. And so many times, these women were friends then, have bitched about their men to me and have shared some secrets about them. And so many times I've seen what I've seen. But I never ran my mouth on nobody, and you've not run your mouth on nobody, because you said, you know what, privacy matters and it is their thing. And the other reason why you don't go and tell them anything now is because you know how the truth has backfired on you as a man or woman who wanted to do the right thing with another friend in the past. So life has taught you. And you also know this friend of a woman or a man, of the double standard she has, of how much of a fake she is or he is. So you know how she or he talks about their other friends and their other closer friends to you. So back of your mind, again, if you're anything like me, you know if you go and say this to your girlfriend or your guy friend, and if you're anything close to God and your gut, and if you're not a fake spiritualist, you will not tell her or him anything, because you know and you foresee how the narrative is going to flip, because she's more concerned of being with the man, however the man is. He's more concerned about being with the woman, however the woman is. At the end of the day, however truthful you and I are, how the fuck do we fight pillow talks? How do we fight somebody who's stigmatized? Pussy, that's the right term. At the end of the day, remember, you are a friend, you're an acquaintance, you had the right intentions, but people can only meet you at a level that they're at, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. And therefore, some of us who have exited the matrix don't connect with anybody now. Why? Because these are the same men and women that we had to call friends to backfire on us badly to a point. But till date, people somewhere in some corner think we are the version that they've created for us, because they've started living that lie as a truth. They like to wear your skin. They're skinwalkers. And they're fucking frauds who once was your best friend. Person A, B, C, D, E, F. And it's not just one, multiple men and women. And that's something that we had to fight in our lifetime. And 90% of them don't go through it because nobody wants to walk fucking alone. Everybody wants to be a people pleaser. So then these bitches are not threatened. Because in spite of their men and their women being trifling, your morals didn't allow you to stay in that position. You and I are some of those people. When that partner came and told you what he told you, and you know and he knows as a woman, and you know and she knows as a man, you didn't want to be a part of that fucking relationship anymore. Because you knew exactly what was coming. And you exactly know who this friend is. So if you are anyway checking out of the friendship, and if you know that as you're finding yourself, you're pulling yourself away from these people because you don't resonate anymore, but these take it personally. And they don't leave your fucking ass till date. Take it from me. And you just don't get it because you, unlike them, did the complete opposite. You didn't talk about her. You didn't talk about him. You didn't talk about their shit. Even when you were part of that group, you always knew where to draw the fucking line. And even when you were, or at least I can speak for myself, part of the group that I must have been since I was a teenager, because I've been part of multiple groups, I never shat where I ate. And that's the fucking truth. And if anybody says otherwise, and if they take flirting otherwise, that's a spineless fucking man and woman. And by now we know who's what. So when people run and go after fucking clout over yours and my name, over yours and my righteousness, over yours and my right intentions, we don't give a fuck about these people. But it's definitely very saddening to see that a grown-ass man or grown-ass woman can be in such toxic feminine and such toxic masculine energy, and however attractive they may be on the outside, they're just ugly to me. For a man to speak on another woman, telling the entire world how he's slept with you when he hasn't even breathed the same air in the same room as you have been ever or ever you will, is sorry, but you're not attracted to that man. That's not the physical type you go for. What is his goals? How does he live his life? And even men like you, like when you are compared and paired with women who your friend is dating, and you don't respect that woman, so someone to keep your name side by side. As a man or woman who's in my shoes today, who you are not connected with, never were connected with, the only mistake you did was either speak on them to your own friend because you cared about their fucking relationship and more so you cared about your friend, or you didn't speak anything because you wanted to save their relationship, has backfired on you. And where this friend and his or her partner together are teaming up against you and telling the entire world how you were chasing him, how you were chasing her, how you were a homewrecker as a man or a woman, or worse, how you got into their ugly, dirty threesomes and orgies that they do. But the real mistake was that you were friends with a woman like that. You were friends with a man like that. But the right thing you did is God separated you and cut them off. And the mistake in their eyes you did, you cut them off, and right when they started poking the bear because you were not going to do shit, but when it came on your morals, your values, your autopsy, your background, and you as a man and a woman as an individual today, even when you were attached to them, the individual that you and I were, we call the shots. And if that is being tainted, and if it comes to a point that we have to speak our truth, it's a problem to them that you and I today are standing in our truth, speaking our truth. Because we didn't do shit. We just left and let them have their life, let them have their world. Do what you have to do. Do not remember me. Do not remind me of you. But what did they do? They're insecure asses. Instead of seeing the good in our intentions, they backfired. They lied. They made us a victim because you and I chose this. You and I chose, if it came to a point of saving them and their relationship and their name versus saving us and our name, we chose us. I chose me, and you will choose yourself every day, and so will I. So when that does not happen, we become a threat, like I said. But at the end of the day, when people like you and I are not about anybody else's business, we don't care what happens in another household. For like I said, some of us who were raised right, we don't shit where we eat, and we don't fucking snoop and poke our big fat noses in somebody else's household, single or taken. So get your nose out of my business, man and woman both. And for your support system who supports your lies, soon they will see the truth. Because at the end of the day, it wasn't us who was an issue. Because if your man and if your woman can do that to you with us, just remember, they can do it with anybody else. And we are one of those people who didn't act on it. For 90% of the world, you don't know if they will act on it and if they have the same loyalty towards you that we had. So if you attacked us for our loyalty today, remember, we are speaking back because you poked the bear. Is you? No, I never cared for what you did. And many of us like me didn't care for what you were doing. But when you hurt us, when you hurt our security, our love, our life, everything we built, because our value system is not the same as you took it personally, that's a you fucking problem and you get your karma for that.